Welcome to HDC classes, and today's topic is keyword and named argument. In our previous video, we have discussed what required arguments are. In today's topic, in today's class, we will be discussing what keyword and named argument is. It's again a very simple and easy topic. So without wasting any time, let's move to the topic. So what is this keyword argument is? Now we have understood what an argument is and what do we mean by parameters in our last video. So I won't be discussing that topic in this class. So this keyword argument is simply like it's very simple. Means the parameters which we used to define while defining a particular function, we will be using that parameter's name while calling that particular function in order to pass value to those parameters. I know this statement which I have given you just now uh, may not be clear to you, but yes, with example, it will be 100% clear to you. So let's take an example. So the function which I will be defining will be a simple interest function, which will simply calculate the simple interest and nothing else. So for that, I will be using three parameters. Obviously, it will require three parameters: principal, rate, and time. So let's do that. So def, then the name of the function si. Now here I will be defining three parameters. So principal, print, rate, and time, and I am returning simple interest as principal into rate into time by 100. Clear? Now what will happen in case of keyword argument? So as we can see, by defining this particular function, I have defined three variables, three parameters actually: print, rate, and time. So in case of keyword, or it's also being called as named argument, so I will be using this particular name in order to call this function. Means I will be using this name as argument in order to pass values to this particular parameter. How? See this si. So since this particular function is returning something, so let me assign a variable res and si. Now see what I will be doing. I will simply write the name of the parameter. So print, and let me pass 2000, rate as 0.5, and time as 2. Now the point is, what is the benefit of passing values to the parameter? Means what is the benefit of using this particular fashion of passing values to the parameter during function call? So I can simply pass the values like this also. So res is equals to si 2000, 0.5, and 2. And obviously the first values argument will move to the first parameter, the second values argument will move to the second parameter, and the third values argument will move to the third parameter. Then what is the difference between these two? In this case also, I am using the same name. Condition is that you need to use the exact name which you have declared while defining the function. You need to use that exact name while calling that function to. Means you need to use the same name as argument while passing the values to those parameters. So that's the point. Now you need to understand that what is the benefit of using this way of passing values to the parameter. So the answer is that in this case, in this particular case, means in this particular case required a positional argument. The position matters the most. You need to remember the orders. Orders means that principal is in the first parameter, so the first value which need to be passed will be for principal only. The second parameter or the second argument should be for the rate, and the third parameter should be for the time. But with respect to this, by if we use the keyword argument, or you can say the named argument, the benefit is that we can pass the values to the parameter in any order. Here I have used the same ordering which in the way which I have defined this particular function, so principal rate and time. But yes, I can do this also. Res is equals to si. I can pass the times value. I can pass the times parameter value as the first argument using this fashion. So time is equals to 2, rate is equals to 0.5, and principal is equals to 1000. Now what is happening in this particular case is that, see, the ordering is not exactly same the order in which I have defined the function. Means the parameters orders are not same the arguments order, but the parameter will get this value in which the argument is been supplied, in the sense that I am using the term, means here I am using the name of the argument in order to pass the values to that particular parameter. I hope you are getting my point. Means the advantage is that you don't need to take care of the ordering in which the parameters have been defined. You can simply use the name of the parameter and pass the value to that particular parameter while calling the function, and that's the advantage. And what is there in case of positional or required argument is that you need to remember the position in order to pass the values to the parameters, and that's the thing. So that's all about keyword or named argument. But one point to be remembered, or you can say it's a condition, is that you need to use the exact name. You need to use the exact name of the parameter which you have defined while defining the function. So if I have defined print, so you need to use print. You can't use any other than the name print. Okay. Now another point. So do we have used this way of writing, or do we have used this way of calling any type of inbuilt function? The answer is yes. We have seen in case of print function, we have used two keyword argument, end and sep. So what was that? That was simply the keyword argument. You were calling the print function and you were using end and sep in order to pass values to those parameters and nothing else. So we have used it, but we don't being aware of those things. So but right now we are aware. So that's what keyword argument is. Now we will move to our practical class in order to get a clear concept of this particular topic and make ourselves accustomed with this way of writing or calling the function. So in our next video, we will discuss that thing in our next video only. Now let's move to the practical class. So guys, let's start our practical class. So let me first open the script mode. Right now we are in the interactive mode, but we would be writing a full-fledged program, so it's better to open the script mode. So in today's as we have discussed how to write a simple interest function, so I will be writing the same thing. So def si, the name of the function, and will be declaring three parameters for it: print, rate, and time. Okay, time done. Now it's colon. Now I will print the values of the parameter first, so it will help us to understand what value we are getting. So print done, print rate done, print time, and done. So time also done. Fine. Now let me return the value. Return print into rate into time by 100. So done. Okay, done. So I have defined the function. Now it's time to call the function. So since this function is returning something, so it's better to accept that particular return value to a particular variable. So let me write it as result equals to name of the function, and let me first call the function using the positional argument. So if I pass 2000, then 2, and then 0.2, let me write the rate as 0.2 and year as 3 time. Now let me print the result. So SI is equals to result. Okay, done. So let me save it. Simple interest, done. So see, principal is 2000, rate is 0.2, and time is 3. So simple interest is it's coming as 12.0. But guys, you need to understand one thing. What is that point? The point is, since I am passing here using as positional argument, so the position matters the most. What is happening in this case is that 2000, the value of the first argument moves to the first parameter, second moves to the second parameter, and third value argument moves to the third parameter. But suppose if I change this ordering, then what will happen? So if I pass 0.3, 2000, okay, let me pass 3000, then 4. Then what will happen? See, now principal is 0.3 and rate is 3000 and time is 4, and its simple interest is coming as 36.0. But one point you need to understand. The point is rate can't be 3000. Yeah, it should be actually principal. But since we are using the positional argument, the position matters the most. So first values argument moves to the first parameter, and that's what I want to say you. That in case of positional argument, the position matters the most. But this relaxation is being given by whom? It's given by the named or keyword argument. So now let me use the keyword argument. So let me comment out this to find, and result is equals to SI, and is I will be using the keyword argument. So print equals to 2000, rate is equals to 0.2, and time is equals to 3. Fine. So let me save it and run it. Now see, to the prints, I have defined one parameter as print, and print is getting as 2000. Rate is getting the values as 0.2, and time is getting the values as 3, and it's 12.0. But the point is I have passed the ordering same as the parameters order, but I can change this too. So let me change it, and let me pass it as the third parameter, as the third argument. Let me remove this particular comma, otherwise error will be erased. So see, again, print is getting 2000 only, and that's what's the great advantage of using the keyword unnamed argument. Okay, and that's what's the advantage of the ordering. Doesn't matter. You just need to use the exact name which is being defined in this particular parameter. But now let me change it. Principal. Let me change it. So print C, I have changed to print C. Okay, now let me see what happened. So we are getting an error, guys. We are getting an error, and it's telling that unexpected keyword argument print C. Since we don't have any parameter name as print C, but we are passing a keyword as print C. So that's why it's giving us an error. So that's the condition. The condition is you need to use the exact name which has been defined here. Otherwise, you will be getting an error. And that's what keyword argument is. And I hope you have understood the topic very well. I think all your doubts have also been cleared. But still, if you have any doubt, feel free to ask me. The comment section is only for you. And before ending this particular class, I just want to tell you, guys, please practice a lot. It's a practical based subject. So you need to practice, otherwise you won't be able to understand the problems or programs well. So it's my request to you, please practice at home. And if you face any problem or any doubt, you're free to comment on the comment section. And with this, let's end today's class. Thank you very much.